Hello students, welcome to this video tutorial on comparing and ordering integers. Note, when comparing or ordering integers, draw or visualize a number line. And that's what I've drawn for you here below, a number line or thermometer. So a thermometer is basically a vertical number line. So if we have a look at this number line, I want you to look at it and study it closely. We see we have the integer 0 in the middle. Notice what happens as we move to the right. And then notice what happens when we move to the left. So we have two rules here. Rule number 1 in green, rule number 2 in blue. So let's have a look at rule number 1. Integers. So let's look at rule number 1. Integers increase as you move from left to right on the number line. So that makes sense. If we look at rule number 1, we see all of these integers increasing. So rule number 2 should be its opposite. Rule number 2 here in blue, integers decrease as you move from right to left on the number line. So as we look at rule number 2, we head this way and we see that the integers are decreasing. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions that will be asked of you. So number 1, this type of question just basically says compare these integers. So compare, whenever you're asked to compare, you're asked to see which one is bigger. Are they the same? Are they greater than? Are they less than? So if we look at negative 4 would be here, and positive 5, which would be here. Okay, so which one is on the right side of the number line? Well, obviously, positive 5 is. Which one is on the left side of the number line? Negative 4. Okay, so negative 4 here, let's just write ourselves a little note, is to the left. Okay, so negative 4 is to the left. Therefore, negative 4 is less than positive 5. Now, if we were to turn this statement around, we can write another statement that's also true. Therefore, or positive 5 is greater than negative 4. So when you're comparing two integers, please give me both statements that are true. Okay? All right, so let me just erase these marks because we might need this number line later. All right, let's have a look at B, 0 and 1. Well, 0 is here, and negative 1 is there. So which one is to the left? This one is to the left. Okay? Therefore, 0 is greater than negative 1, or negative 1 is less than 0. So see if you can do this one on your own. I'll give you a 10 second head start. All right, so which one is to the left? Well, negative 8 is to the left. I put an L here, to the left. Therefore, negative 6 is greater than negative 8, or negative 8 is less than negative 6. Did you get those two statements? Okay, so that's the first type of question that you'll see in your homework. So let's go on to the second type of question you'll see in your homework. A, write these integers in ascending order. Ascending order. It's very important that you understand what the word ascending means. Ascending means going up from least to greatest. So if we have to state the least integers first, let's look at the negative ones. So which ones are negative? This one, and this one. So which one comes first? Which one is the least integer? Okay, the smallest integer. Well, that's the one that's farthest to the left on the line. So that would be -6. So let's put -6 first. And then I'll put a check mark up here, or I can cross it off. Next, what's the next integer in ascending order? Well, -3 comes before -2. So it's got to be -3 next. Cross that one off. Then -2. Then what? Well, we have only positive integers next, except we've got the 0 here. So the 0 has to come next because the 0 is kind of the bridge between the negative and the positive integers. So let's put 0 next. All right, then it's a matter of just counting upwards. So we have +1 here, +1. What else do we have? We have +2. Next, we have +4. Then +5. And last, we have +7. Now, before you go on to the next question, this is one thing you could do to make sure you've got all the numbers. Count the numbers that were in the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And count the numbers in your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now that I've gone through that strategy, how about I give you a 20-second head start, and I'd like you to put the answers for the next question. Okay? So because the question asks you to write the integers from greatest to least, we have to kind of change our strategy here. Okay, so it's not the same question as above. So what I've done is I've identified the negative numbers so that I can look at them later. So now if we're going from greatest to least, let's look for the greatest integer. So I've got a +4, a 0, a +6, a +3, and a +5. Okay, so let's start with +6. Then +5. Then +4. Then +3. Now, are there any more positive integers? Doesn't look like it. So now go to 0. So now let's concentrate on the negative integers. Now remember, we're going from greatest to least. So which negative integer would we hit first if we're moving to the left? Well, I think it would be -1 here. -1. Then -2. Again, if at any time you get stuck, look at the number line. Or if you're not given a number line, just draw one out very roughly, very quickly. All right, what do we have next? -5. And then, lastly, -6. Okay, so let's count how many integers were in the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's see how many integers are in our answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's the second type of question that you'll be asked when you need to compare or order integers. So the last part of the note is just going to be for reference so that you can identify what type of integer it is. So An example of a positive integer word is, let's say, gain. So you can say something like, I gained 2 pounds in my weight, or I gained $5 after working, after shoveling the snow. So then its opposite word, integer word, would be something like loss. Okay? So I took a loss of $2 or something. Okay, so those are opposite integer words. All right, so we've already used these words, so let's put them in our list. Increase and decrease. So whenever you hear the word increase, we're going to have a positive integer, and whenever you hear the word decrease, we're going to have a negative integer. All right, so let's talk about money. Money, when we gain money, it's called a profit. And when we lose money, again, we have a similar word. The same word, we have the word loss. We took a loss. Okay, so something else that we know of, ascending. And the opposite word is descending. So how about we put in more, less. And there's another obvious one, up, down. If we go up a flight of stairs, it's a positive integer. If we go down a flight of stairs, it's a negative integer. So we can add to this list as we go through the unit. Okay, so this concludes this video tutorial on comparing and ordering integers. Thanks for watching. Bye.